Hey there, Doodle Gang! Doodle here, and I thought it would be fun since clearly this tweet came out an hour ago to go over the May development update for the 8.0.0 PTB. And this is going to be blind. We're just going to go through this together, and I feel like it's more engaging too because I feel like more reactions or whatever. And I like going in blind to read these kind of stuffs. But I'm already really intrigued by a few of these already seeing from the picture here. Already getting background player. You got Bubba and Wesker. I'm curious about what changes are going to be for them, but they are minor, so it's not going to be a lot. But background survivor is going to be a medium change, and other stuff oh geez, they're going to be updating Borgo. Cool, nice, amazing. We're gonna go into this. I'm gonna read. We're gonna discuss together, and I just thought it'd be fun to do a little quick video. Hopefully, this will be quick, not another 30-minute me ranting video. But hey, you never know. Let's get to it. Alrighty, I briefly scrolled through everything just to make sure I'm not going crazy and not saying stupid stuff because you know me. But over briefly going over everything, I mean, unfortunately I'm not a Chucky main, a Bubba main, a Blight main, Wesker main, or Deathslinger main. So any comments or mentions, it's up to you guys what you want to say for that kind of stuff because you know me, man. I'm your friendly neighborhood nem main and plays Huntress occasionally. So of course these are not my mains, and we'll just briefly go over everything. And there is some few things I do want to point out, but we'll get there when we get there. So this is gonna be a fun one to go through. We're heading into our 9th year alongside a brand new chapter coming along with the 8.0.0 update. We've prepared a large number of balance changes and quality of life improvements for existing content. As always, the adjustments will head to the public test build, PTB, shortly, where the collect feedback and make some tweaks where necessary before the update releases on all platforms, because we all remember the twins incident. That was exciting. So our first man on the list is our good boy, or good guy, Chucky. So he does have a bit of a nerf here. A little bit of nerfs, because you definitely see here. Decrease hidey ho cooldown, can only scamper while performing slice and dice, and decrease time it takes to scamper. And the dev note says scamper could sometimes lead to unavoidable hits, and survivors could not possibly get somewhere safe in time it took for Chucky to crawl under the pallet. We want to shift his gameplay away from the easy hits, scamper, then basic attack, and instead encourage using his unique slice and dice attack. Since this change would affect his strength, we have reduced the cooldown of slice and dice to allow Chucky to use his power much more frequently. You know what? I mean, after all the clips I've seen, I haven't had a Chucky in a very long time, so I really can't say much, unfortunately. But I think these changes will be good for him because I've noticed a lot of clips and stuff of very, very easy hits when Chucky goes under pallets and then immediately hits survivors and stuff like that. So, you know what? I feel like this is a good change, but hey, if you don't, my Chucky mains, let me know. I'm not a Chucky main. I haven't faced against a Chucky in a very long time, and yeah, you know what? I don't mind these changes, but someone might, so there is that. Next up is our good boy Bubba, and oh my goodness, these are a lot of changes. Increases chainsaw sweep, increases chainsaw sweep movement, decreases collision detection, decreases base tantrum time, and several add-ons have been adjusted accordingly. So, oh boy, we are getting add-on changes for Bubba, and hopefully they don't ruin it like Billy, because we know what happened to Billy. That wasn't fun. To reduce the cannibal's dependence on a certain add-ons, we've taken part on the effects of the most popular add-ons and incorporated them into his base kit. Toned down the add-ons to compensate. This way, they'll feel less essential and allow you to experiment with other options. That's not bad, honestly. As long as they do it right, my Bubba mains out there definitely will give their opinions for this. I mean, I think that's a good idea to incorporate him into his base kit and let others experiment. But you never know. It might end up bad, it might end up good. You never know. We've also reduced the size of the chainsaw's collision detection against environments to make it less likely to bump into things that are actually directly in front of you, to make it easier to use its power in tight spaces, and reduce the tangent duration in chase you still bump into something. Now that's a very good change because I've noticed with a lot of bubble plays and clips and whatnot, the hitboxes for items and collision and whatnot, they're bad, so bad. We all know the collision detection in this game, totally insanely bad. Now, of course, again, I'm not the greatest when it comes to Bubba. I've never played Bubba, unfortunately. I don't have Bubba, but I plan to get him eventually. Maybe a Bubba stream eventually if people would be interested in that. Who knows? But you know what? I think it's very nice for them to do these changes for Bubba, and it might even out or make his gameplay a little bit better and a little bit more fun. But unfortunately, I haven't been against a Bubba in a while. Like, it's so weird how many killers I get, because I normally get like super rare killers and never like the most common ones. It's odd, but gotta see how it goes when the PTV comes to be. You just never know. Now to our good cowboy, Deathslinger, and I actually like these changes because even though I dabble in Deathslinger sometimes for funsies, I think these are really great changes for him. Decrease the stun time when survivors break free, increases real speed, and increased move speed while reloading. This is great. Awesome buff. Even if it's a minor update, I think this is great because I always feel like Deathslinger is very slow when it comes to reeling in survivors and his stun time and everything like that, especially reloading unless you have add-ons. I feel like this is a very good change for him. Every second counts. We've made some tweaks to save Deathslinger some time when reeling and when a survivor breaks free. We also have increased his movement speed while reloading so he doesn't lose much distance in the process. Amazing change behavior. Very happy about this. Even though I'm not much of a Deathslinger main myself, I do dabble in him sometimes, and it's obvious he's very slow, and he's very fun to go against. I actually went against one the other day, and he kicked my ass. Like, I love Deathslingers. They're so funny and so cool. So, amazing change. Giving a thumbs up for that. But you never know to the PTB. So, I'm not big on numbers or anything, so whatever is increased or decreased. Do the next one. Here's Whiskers, and I actually don't mind this one because it's actually pretty good changes on. I guess not really either side, but I guess it's more of like a survivor, like, oh, that's great because, less tunneling and I am a little bit more faster, even if it's not a lot. And of course, decreased hindered penalty from infection, and infection is now reduced to 1% when hooked, which honestly, noticing you get infected pretty fast when you're hooked if the timer isn't all the way. I've noticed this. I've gone against a lot of whiskers, and it's pretty annoying and a little scary. And for the hindered penalty, yeah, um, it's kind of bad when you're very very slow and Wesker just immediately catches up back to you, and I think these are good changes, but these are just my opinions. TBD, and opinions don't mix very well, but hey. On top of the virulent, I probably said that wrong, I love myself, on being a strong chase power to begin with, infection survivors also suffer from severe movement speed penalty. We have reduced its effect to 4%, which still significant, but not a death sentence. We have also further reduced survivors' infection when hooked to make tunneling, chasing them as soon as they are off the hook, less of an obvious choice. Good on you behavior and actual good change, but you never know to the BTV. I was going to say that because, I don't want people to be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, community. I love you. I think these are great changes. And it definitely is a minor update. Nothing too insane. That's really all I have to say for Whiskers. I'm surprised because I honestly expected the worst probably for Whiskers, but you never know. Alright, to the next one. And our last killer of the list is the Blight. Compound 33 has now increased rush time rate by duration by 11%, and in recent Blight tags now increased rush speed by 10%. These are just basically nerfing add-ons, the red ultra rare add-ons. The Blades ultra rare add-ons have been proven to be too strong, so we have toned both of them down to a more reasonable level. Now, with these guys, knowing they changed Blight and then somehow buff him when they surprisingly try to nerf him, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know how my Blight mains are going to be, because I know my Blight mains are crackheads. Not insulting way, of course. They're amazing players, and you never know till the PTB of course. And maybe I should play Blight just to test it out, because I haven't played Blight in a while. It's been a very, very long time, and I suck with Blight, so I can't come up to speed with all my Blight mains out there. So just add-on nerfs. I don't know if it's a really huge hit. It probably is. Maybe. You never know. Till May, I guess. But till the PTB, I guess. Let's get to everything else, the little minor stuff, and I'll pinpoint whatever, scroll through, because the killers are what I want to mainly focus on, and we will get to the perks as well. We'll get there. We're right here for 10 minutes, more minutes, whatever minutes. Let's just get to the next one, shall we? My goodness. Basically, for toolboxes, sabotage speed ups, more sabotage buffs. That's pretty much it. Nothing really too important. I mean, unless, to my survivor friends out there, my good buddies who like to team up with their toxic friendos. That's a good thing for you, right? There you go. More sabotaging. Cries in Killer Main. Alrighty, for the perks, I'm going to briefly go over them the best I can, even though I am very much a rambler. You all know that. So first up, we got Deadlock. Decreases block duration to 15, 20, and 25 seconds, and was originally 20, 25, and 30 seconds. Deadlock is quite effective, while being a rather easy to activate. We have slightly reduced the duration of the generator blocker to bring it in line with other options. There you go. I love this change. Very amazing, because I feel like even on the survivor side, it feels a little too long. And it just sucks. Even though everyone's using corrupted intervention right now, I don't think I've actually had a deadlock in a very long time. But I feel like everyone really loves their corrupted intervention. Now we have like a back and forth with background player. We have decreased movement speed, yet the decreased exhaustion, so it pretty much evens out. And basically, background players' high movement speed allowed survivors to cross extreme distances to make a save. There was no way for the killer to reasonably check that area, let alone defend against it. We have reduced the movement speed and instead reduced the exhaustion duration to compensate. This will make it harder to get a save but allow you to make attempts more often. There you go. I actually, as a killer main, I despise this perk greatly, because anytime I would check the area, it's all good to go and everything. And, a survivor's like literally way on yonder, the other side of the map, and once you pick up, they're suddenly there. It was so annoying. So, good change for me. So I don't have to deal with these little pesky background players when I play differently. But hey, I think it's a great change. Probably not for the survivor side, but I feel like it's a little bit more balanced, because I feel like it was a little too overpowered, especially if you stacked. And I can't remember if you could stack with this perk, but I remember like people showing off really great clips of stacking. So yeah, thank you for the change behavior. Really means a lot. Brief, grim, embrace change. Decreased block duration 6 to 8 to 10 seconds, and was originally 8 to 10 to 12. So a little minor nerf, Grim Embrace was quickly risen in both strength and popularity since it was last changed. We have similarly toned it down slightly to move it into the more balanced range and keep it rewarding for killers who choose to switch targets. And there you go. You know what? That's totally fine. It just sheds off a few seconds, but hey, what you gonna do about it, man? That's basically it for this one. Okay, I'm a little surprised with Decisive Strike, because they reduced the stun duration to 4 seconds and was 5. So basically adding 1 more second from the original. Like, this was a little too effective? I don't know. I mean, It would, I guess, depend on the situation. Because I feel like 5 seconds was reasonable, especially for me playing killer. And of course, don't point fingers at me. I don't tunnel. I only sometimes do. Says that. I sometimes do due to situations. It's situational. Because I know I normally don't tunnel. I feel like tunneling is a little bit of a dick move. I think about the survivor side, of course. But I feel like 5 seconds was reasonable. So I don't know how this would be. I mean, I feel like the 5 seconds was reasonable, but hey, 4 seconds could be more reasonable. I have no idea. Because I don't know. I honestly felt like it was a good change to make it 5 seconds to give survivors at least a good start, especially if they're being tunneled out. I don't know. Because I feel like, especially with different killers, it's more easier to catch up to them. So maybe the 4 seconds would be worse? I don't know, man. You're talking to someone who just rarely has decisive strikes, so I couldn't tell you. So, minor pop goes, almost said buff, nerf, decreased progression effect to 20%. Pop goes, the weasel, has proven to be very strong, has conditions to activate it aren't very difficult. Very not difficult. To better reflect on how often it comes into play, we have reduced the strength of its progression effect. I mean, I don't use Pop Ghosts. I've been meaning to. I have clowns, so I've already, leveled them up enough and everything. But me, I always like to stick to my basic perks because I'm blind and need better gen progression. So I think, and especially with how gen rush meta is at the moment, even though it's been kind of handled with, it's still, I mean, it could be because it's being balanced with other gen regression perks. So it does give people other options of what to use. I haven't used it. I could say maybe good, thinking of a survivor standpoint of dealing with killers that do have pop goes, because I feel like it is very major. 30% was pretty big. So it could be a good change. Let's see how Otz thinks about this, That's what we think. This one, major change. Holy cow, buckle up. Removed, buckle up, no longer provides endurance. Survivors hailed from the dying state break into a sprint at 150 movement speed for 3 to 4 or 5 seconds does not cause exhaustion. That's insane, especially what the dev note says here. Buckle up could be problematic when paired with For the People. Exactly. Allowing survivors to save each other before the killer can pick them up risk-free. Since there's a lot of competition between perks which grant survivors endurance from the dying state, we decided to replace the effect entirely to help us stand out. Now, Buckle Up will instead grant the healed survivors a speed boost, not to protect or rescue you from harm. I think this is a good change. I don't care what anyone says, because I've had so many For the People and Buckle Up combinations in my lobbies, and it is frustrating as shit to go through. Excuse my French, but it's been needing to be changed. It's been needing to. Me unleashing the inner anger killer side as we talk about these stupid perks. It's just a game. It's just a game, Doodle. Chill the hell out. But still, I feel like this is an amazing, great change because I've had endless amounts of toxic lobbies do this combo constantly. And, excuse the voice cracks, holy shit. But, I feel like this is a great change. I don't know how survivors feel about it. I'm just seeing this as a killer perspective, of course, because I am a killer main. I'm not like, of course, disclaimer here. I see it in both sides, but sometimes I cannot because I play killer more than survivor, and I really don't use meta perks. So, because I'm broke and I can't really afford every single goddamn licensed killer, and I really like to keep my shards to buy other things. So, yeah, amazing change. I don't know if I feel like I don't know. I don't know why I'm feeling this in the future that they're gonna revoke this change, but I hope they don't because it's really hard, especially in situations and if survivor friends want to just use this combo against you and not like keep you hostage in game. Because if you remember my anniversary video, not my recent one, but my YouTube channel anniversary video, I had a game that we were in there for like a good 30 minutes because the survivors decided just to troll and not do gens and just continuously use those two perks. So yeah, great change. I don't want to like I really don't want to be kept hostage in games anymore. So this is great for me. I don't know for anyone else, but still, buckle up, tangent over. Scourge has been changed again. The regression effect has been decreased. Nothing new. I mean, especially with this gosh darn perk, it used to be so good, and now I just don't like using it anymore. Finds itself to be almost 40% of all loadouts, and it is one of the most effective perks in the game when you want to make it more of a choice for builds and keep it rewarding for killers. I know I use it occasionally, depending on my killer. Of course, I said I don't like using it, but of course, eruption isn't going to do it all, unfortunately. And Scourge is definitely the next best option sometimes, but I honestly get confused by like hooking survivors and stuff like that, so that's why normally I do not use it. I just miss it when you just hook it and just get popped off. But like, you know how survivors are these days. It's hard enough as it is with the gen rushing and everything. But I mean, they're just nerfing this because it's pretty much in every loadout and they want to give others a chance. So, I mean, sure. I'll make it to where other perks are more optional because I mean, I would love to see more loadout shifts in the game. So, there you go. um Eruption's still good, guys. I use it constantly, and I get wins. So there is that. Use Eruption. It's very fun. Num num perko burr. And last but not least, we got Weaving Spiders. And not gonna lie to you, I really forgot what this perk was. Because it's the Sable Basement perk. I had to look it up. I was like, wait a minute, what did this perk do again? Because I unfortunately do not have Sable. I just have the Unknown. But, Unknown, Best Babe. Hell yeah. So, pretty much changing the way the perk works. I'm going to boldly assume. Because I'm pretty sure this is the one, like me briefly skimming over it. It's just, each gen would have less progression, but like when you work on it. So, now that we have some time to see Weaving Spiders play out, we're ready to make some adjustments in both the process and the Weaving Spiders itself. Are meant to have but they took a little longer than we like. We have reduced them to 60 seconds to better fit the flow match. This can be further spread by cooperating with survivors. We have also slowed the regression effect, giving survivors a chance to return and have some time to process when they are chased away. These changes will be consistent among further. Okay, yeah, not bad. Honestly, I think this is great because I feel like it was a little slow, and they definitely changed it. As me looking on the wiki here, on everything, of course, you guys would summon Satan itself in the basement. But yeah, see, yeah, because it permanently reduces the repair charges on generators to 8, 9, 10 on 10 charges. And before, it was now regressed the rate of 1 charge per second and was 20 per second. So, I I mean, my Sable girl's gotta like, what's your opinion on this? Because I can't really say, because I don't use the perk, and it's more faster. There you go. And plus, if you get chased away, your stuff gets saved. Pretty sure that's what it said here. Yeah, save the progression as we're chased away. So there's that. We need spiders to nip it off for the perk updates. Let's get to the rest of them. This video is already long enough as it is. My apologies for that. Now, this is an amazing change. Amazing, awesome change for Borgo. Because they're changing the lighting of this map to bring it a little bit more darker, for scratch marks to be seen more better, and stuff like that. I've always had a headache playing this map because of the orange. It's very bright. And, I mean, I have major sensitivity issues when it comes to some things, and definitely lights kind of give me headaches. Very much so. This is why I am a lightboard user. But anyway, uh very good change. I think this is great. But like I feel like maybe they shouldn't do it like this. I feel like they should do it how they do Dead Dog. Sunset. Not so fucking bright, but have it as a sunset. I think that would make it better for this map. Not make it completely dark, because I feel like making it completely dark kind of ruins the purpose for the map, if that makes any sense. Because it's supposed to be, this burnt up place, and having it dark, I feel like kind of ruins that. God, I'm having so much voice cracks today. Stuffy allergies. Excuse me, gamers. But yeah, you know what? I don't mind it, but maybe it would look a little better if they had dead dog lighting. I'm just saying, because I think that would make it a little bit more better. Or maybe have cold one, because cold one is actually way more better than the bright ass orange of this map. But you never know. I mean, I would love to see the dead dog lighting to come into this map. But very great change. It's been needed. As much as I love the new rework, it's just the lighting that just makes my head hurt constantly. So, good job, behavior. Very good change. And lastly, this is a bit of a weird one, I think. Reworked pop-up items found in trial. I don't feel like this is necessary. Am I the only one who thinks this? I don't think it's necessary. The existing pop-ups for items were minimal, showing only that item icons remaining charges. This relied on players knowing all the details of each item and growing number of killer-specific items. Okay, how about this? Don't make this like a major change. Make this as an option for like the settings or something. Because I feel like this is a little bit too much. Especially if you're putting this on people who already know what stuff does. Especially veterans and people who have played the game for at least a year, 2 years, or so on. Make this an option. Don't make this a permanent thing. Because I like the simplicity of just picking up the item and then going with it. I do not really like this HUD. I don't. But I totally understand for like new survivors or people who need it. Make this an option. Don't make it, a permanent thing. Because I like my minimal. This is kind of weird, because I didn't actually expect this to pop up, but like, I like the idea. I do, but I really don't want this, especially for me, because I already know what everything does. Especially, even though I have to look at my perks constantly. I like the perk stuff. The perk idea of like looking, let's see what your perk does real quick, definitely a great idea. But that's not like, that's in the options. Like, that's in when you click the menu, not when you're playing the game. So, it's great for like beginners, but not really great for people who already know. You get it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get it. So, I'm like 50-50 with this one. It's not bad, but, I would prefer not to have it. Oh, lastly, the 8th anniversary, of course. We have plenty more surprises in store the upcoming year. Be sure to tune in our anniversary broadcast, May 14th, 11 a.m., for exciting reveals, including new features, the next chapter, and more. Yeah. I'm so excited to see what this year's killer is going to be. It's very out there at the moment. We could get Dracula, we could get D&D Vecna, we could Slenderman has been kind of circulating around. Predator, Five Nights at Freddy's, or if it's going to be an original, of course, like Dracula would be original because it's been mentioned in the tombs, been seen in tombs and whatnot. Or the spider creature as well that's been, shown in the tombs and whatnot. I'm excited. I wouldn't care really of who's gonna be what. Now, I'm probably the only killer I'd be like, oh, really? It would probably be like Predator or something. Y'all looking at me about that? But still, I would be kind of bummed out if it was Predator. But I still think whatever comes out, it's gonna be awesome. Whatever it may be. I'm actually would be like so surprised if it would be Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm a Final Freddy's believer. I want that in the game. I want to play as Freddy Fazbear. I think that'd be so awesome. But regardless, yeah, that was the full on discussion of the May developer update. And thank you for sticking around. I know this video was a little long, but I thought it would be fun just to go over everything, discuss all the minor and major changes. And if you can, tell me what you think. I love hearing your guys' opinions on everything. And yeah, it's very fun to talk to you guys. I'm very glad you guys are very engaged in this community like I am. And it's very fun to discuss upcoming chapters and everything and whatnot. And hey, thank you. I want to thank you so much for all the nice support this past week since my roadmap video. I appreciate all the love from you guys and everything known to man. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you so much. And hey, if you're new around here and you stumble across this video, consider subscribing. I mean, hey, it's free. Did the little subscribe button twinkle? I'm hoping it did. I like it when it does that. It's very nice. It's very cute. And if you can, we are trying to get 200 followers by the end of the summer. So consider, we're almost there. Honestly, we're actually 169 subscribers as I'm currently making this. Very nice, nice number. So we're very close to our goal. And of course, when we get to there, I would love to do, something special. So I gotta still think about that. But yeah. And if you haven't, I'm on Twitch, YouTube Doodle by Daylight, or YT Doodle by Daylight. And if you haven't, follow my Twitter, Doodle by Daylight, DY Light, for updates and me forgetting to say that I'm streaming. We're currently playing Resident Evil 4 Remake right now, and if you haven't checked that video, go check it out. I got the full and edited stream. I expect to make highlights soon from it, if I'm not too lazy. But I wanted to make this video first before anything. And yeah, thank you everyone. I hope you have a fantastic day in the fog, and I'll see you in the next trial whenever that will be. You guys are like so sweet. So awesome. I'll see you goobers later. Bye bye!